Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kenya is a place of high octane politics, and Kenyans never miss an opportunity and a place to play this hardcore politics. Apparently, a few hours ago, Robert Alai and Rosalind Akombe engaged in some very unfriendly tweets. It was crossfire. And the bone of contention is a hot topic that has become the subject of discussion. There are two warring factions in Sudan. Apparently, the Federal Republic of Sudan, under the rule or the leadership of junta, is engaged in a protracted war with a faction that has been declared a militia, the Rapid Support Unit, that I think they've always been hosted in Kenya. So yesterday, they launched their peace and unity government at KICC in the Kenyan soil at a time when William Ruto himself is trying to broker peace and tranquility within those two factions. This angered the main government in Sudan, and they have criticized William Samoei Ruto. It is a topic that has been discussed far and wide because Kenya is now the center of attention to both the local and international media. Now, why is Akombe and Robert Alai engaged in this war? Apparently, I want to give you the basis. Robert Alai comes from this school of thought. He subscribes to the idea that William Ruto is being fought for no apparent reason because he's a Kalenjin president. And Robert Alai argues that there are several things that are happening today that used to happen during Uhuru regime, but no one never questioned. And therefore, he reckons that the Kikuyu nation is fighting William Ruto because they never want William Ruto to succeed. So Robert Alai started with this tweet here, and he was saying, all the unstable neighboring countries have used Nairobi to launch opposition or install new governments. And he's saying that blaming Ruto for Sudan is part of the usual hate and entitlement. According to Robert Alai, he believes that the Mount Kenya fraternity is so much entitled that the government is there, so they must be in government. I don't know. And he continues to give us this, that Somalia interim government to relocate from Nairobi. I think he's talking of when there was a lot of genocide and all those bombing in Somalia, and we hosted them. When we had brokered a peace, they formed their government here, and I think they went back to their country. So that is what Alai said, and even with that, there was no problem. However, that is the position of Alai, that anyone who wants to criticize William Ruto for what happened at KICC is just full of hatred and entitlement. So, Akombe also posted something. And remember, when Robert Alai posted that, Akombe did not have a problem with it. But now, Akombe posted something, that there was a time when Nairobi was the peacemaking capital. And I think this is coming at a time when Ruto allowed the rebel group to launch their manifesto of the government. So she was just saying that there was a time when Nairobi was the peacemaking capital. Then this angered Robert Alai. See, Robert Alai, when he stands for something, he will try to deconstruct you. He will try to defend it. So Robert Alai said, and US was the moral authority. Now your US is financing genocide in Gaza. He responded to Rosalind Akombe. So Rosalind went ahead, and this is what Rosalind said. So Rosalind Akombe also rebutted that I will ask my 7th grade son to offer you a history lesson when he is done with the class in a few hours. See, it's getting muddy. Then Robert Alai did not take that lightly, and he responded, my 4th grader can offer you bitter lessons on morality. Was born when you people were luring Musando to his death. You know, up to that moment, it turned ugly because it's now touching on someone who left us, and I know the family may not want to revive those memories. So that is where it ends. I don't know whether there were others, but I want to end it there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I want to ask you. I want you to be the judge, because the bone of contention is that Rosalind Akombe feels that Nairobi is no longer the haven for peacemaking, and Robert feels that Ruto is being attacked for no good reason. Now, look, I want us to discuss this and be the judges. A few weeks ago, is it a month or weeks, Kizza Besigye was abducted in Nairobi, the capital city. And the Ugandan information minister says that they were in agreement with the Kenyan counterpart before they jetted inside our soil and they abducted Besigye. Today, there's a lot of discussion around Kizza Besigye because his health seems to be deteriorating every day. And human rights organizations are saying that Ruto is directly responsible because the government of Kenya is under moral and diplomatic obligation to protect people from detention without trial. And Ruto allowed that. Not only that, there is an opposition leader, that lady who was also abducted in Kenya. Not only that, our own people, Gen Zs, are still being abducted. So when Rosalind Akombe says that there was a time when Nairobi was a place of peace or peacemaking, Akombe is right. And I don't think Robert Alai should read too much and start attacking Rosalind Akombe. This is happening at a time when we have just lost our bid to become the African Union Commission chairman or chairperson. And this has been attributed to Ruto's mismanagement or his relationship with the other countries. Remember, this is not the first time. Under Ruto regime, when Congo was approaching her elections, William Ruto allowed Colonel Nangaa to launch the River Congo Alliance together with M23 rebels that are causing havoc in Congo. And that didn't go well with Felix Tshisekedi, and he even recalled the Congo ambassador to Kenya. And this is what is attributed to the loss of Raila Amolo Odinga in Ethiopia. So when we speak about this, we mean it. And Robert Alai should understand that some of the people who are telling William Ruto the truth do not have any malice or a personal vendetta with William Ruto. When things are wrong, they are wrong. And Robert Alai, if he loves Ruto and he wants William Ruto to succeed, must look at him in the face and tell him, brother, you are naked. There is no need, as I always say, that there's no need of telling the president that you are dressed in your Sunday best when things are wrong. It doesn't work that way. There was a time William Ruto was at loggerheads with Uganda due to some oil deal, and he went ahead and fought some milk businesses in Uganda because he was fighting Uhuru. And Museveni claimed that when you shut down such farms in Uganda, you are also de-employing people who already have jobs. So Ruto's relationship with these neighboring countries is not really cordial. And I want you to remember that the more we engage in this silent and cold war, it will backfire on us, because this is not the first time Kenya will present a candidate at the AUC. In years to come, we might decide, because 5 years ago, we presented Amina Mohamed. Then this year, we presented. We might even try to present in the near future. But the way we want to relate with the other countries is not working for us. And sometimes I have a feeling that William Ruto is on a mission to destroy everything, so that once he's gone, it does not matter. The person who is coming will fight for his own life. Kenyans will fight for their own rights and fix things. And if you ask me, Robert Alai is someone whom I really respect. I usually check his tweets, especially sometimes back before he became one-sided. before he started hero worshipping William Ruto, I used to wake up and the first page I would check was Robert Alai and Gabriel Oguda. They were neutral, but these days they become so partial, one-sided. So, but I still check them. Ladies and gentlemen, if we have to move on as a country, then we need to tell the country head, the truth. William Ruto is our president, just like the same way as Robert Alai is president. Robert Alai is paying taxes the same way I pay, the same way you pay. So when we have different opinions, it doesn't need to get to that level. Things are wrong. Experts have spoken about this. And I remember experts started talking about this, predicting that Raila would lose, not because of his personality, but because of William Ruto. All the predictions have come true. Mutisa Kitui said it. And it is time, instead of trying to deceive William Ruto, we need to tell him to relook into our foreign policies. A good country is one that learns from the mistakes and say, what can we do? Not praising William Ruto when things are wrong. This idea, this narrative that has been driven, that Ruto is unwanted because he's a Kalenjin, does not work. So does it mean that we have high taxes because William Ruto is a Kalenjin? Does it mean that when children are being abducted, we should not question because Ruto is a Kalenjin? To me, ladies and gentlemen, on this, I stand with Akombe. William Ruto is not being fought because he's a Kalenjin. He's not being fought because of hatred. If there are people who feel entitled and they hate William Ruto, maybe there are a few people. But majority of Kenyans are just saying things can be done better. There is room for improvement. And that is what Roslyn is asking William Ruto to do. You be the judge and tell me, between Roslyn and Robert, who is saying the truth?